I agree. Marlo, we talked about social media and a little bit. We touched on social media a little bit. And I would say, obviously, we know that social media is not real life. But for children who have grown up in social media and they don't know anything else. The thing about a millennial is that we know what it's like to live without the internet. We know what it's like to live with the internet. So it's been a really interesting, which is a really it's a really interesting generation to be in. But for those children that aren't aware that real what life is like outside and just being outside and not worried about having a phone in your hand and comparisons and what people have and flexing and flossing and all these things. What would you say, like, how do you manage that? Right, when there is a part of their reality that's etched into this thing that we're all on right now called the internet.
I think that it's about conversations, right? I remember my two older kids. My oldest is 30. The one under him is she'll be 25 this year, and I just remember having conversations with them. Right, this was around the time that oh Lord, the Vine videos. I remember the little bitty 8-second videos.
Hmm.
And this was like the end of Vine and the beginning of Snapchat, and it was a summer. And my daughter was like, "Oh, we ain't doing nothing. Like you got that car, we don't be doing nothing. We got these clothes." I said, "Girl, let me tell you something. People are posting 15-second snippets of their life, and it's looking like it's lit." I was like, "I know because I work in the industry where the reality is created." And
Hmm.
I know that if you actually sat down and put a person's unedited life in front of people to consume, everybody would be asleep.
Hmm.
We would all go to sleep because real life is boring, it's monotonous, it's very much a pattern, right? You have a rhythm to how your life flows. And I think that it's really about having conversations. And it's really about knowing that your kid understands what's real from what's fake. My youngest thinks that me and her dad are rich. In her mind, there's no doubt that we are highly wealthy people because she never gets told no, right? But she's also a dancer. She's also an honor student, right? She's an all around good kid. So she understands that the things that she gets are rewards
Hmm.
for her being who she is. And
Hmm.
I think that is nothing wrong with you explaining that because that's how real life goes, right? Real
Hmm.
life is about you get out of things what you put into them. If you
Hmm.
ain't putting nothing into the world, why would you expect to get everything out of it? And I think that if there's any failure, right, the millennials and the Gen Zs, who's a friend of mine posted something was like the parents used to smoke cigarettes and tell you go play outside, right? So the kids that were raised by that mindset, I feel like we have overcorrected in many ways, and we have gone from forget the middle ground. We've gone all the way to the edge with parenting in terms of being gentle, in terms of this main character energy, this central character energy, like all of that stuff. We've just kind of let the cart drive the horse. And I think that some correction needs to be done. And hopefully, videos like this bring things in parents' minds so that we can kind of reel our kids in because they all got to occupy this world with us and with one another.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're like, hopefully, we're not raising little narcissists, right? That are self-centered and like thinks that the world is supposed to bow to them just because they exist. But there's a part of me that feels like that main character energy that you speak of um is good. It's weird, right? Where it's good in a sense where it's confidence. I think there's a difference, right? There's a difference between having confidence and going out into the world and being productive, like you're saying, but then also wanting them to be audacious and have audacity and tell them that they are the center of, like to kind of carry that. That's encouraged. So, Dr.
Yeah.
Angeline, you know what I mean? So, you know where I'm going with this. So, it's like, I wonder if this young lady having standards, just go with me, y'all, for this. We're just going to, I'm a Gemini, right? My birthday is next Sunday. I step inside the box and then I step outside of it.